Hi, in my last video I was showing to you a solution for a problem which was coming from one of the users in a forum who wanted to decorate an edit control with a frame, and basically he couldn't get to the right result. So I was just trying to solve this problem with a simple solution. And at the end, I was coming up with this very small application, which is making a blinking frame around the edit control. So what is the problem with this solution? The problem is that as a programmer, you wanted to or you want to solve the problems on a way that you can reuse the solution for several elements. So in this case, if I'm just going back to the application, the main problem is that I can place the original, let's say the standard edit item or TEdit object on a form, and each individual um, element should be programmed separately. So basically in this solution, the painting effect around the edit control is done in the form paint procedure, which is called when the form needs complete repainting or redrawing. Um, so how this can be solved on a different way and makes the solution reusable. So as Pascal is an object-oriented programming language, basically you have the possibility to uh, to create or to make a complete new element um, based on a previously defined class. So if you do this, then basically you just need to add those features which you will need to make a new solution or new feature for the element, and with this extension you will be able to do what you want, or you can create extra functions, extra variables to the object, and that would make it reusable for the future. The other issue with these things that actually if you are programming dynamically and you are just want to define elements programmatically in Pascal or in free Pascal, you can create units, and these units can be used inside the uses section of a of a code. So basically, you can add these units as a kind of import to the uh, current code, and basically you can use those elements or those objects which are defined by these other units. But this way, you just can add the new units, the new controls, let's say programmatically. So you can't use them uh, in uh, in the uh, in the Lazarus IDE environment. So if you were spending some time with the IDE, you already know that how you can put elements on the forms from the toolbar. So basically, you have here in the toolbar several defined controls what you can just put on the form itself, um, just by selecting it out. For example, I'm selecting this button here, and when I go to the form and click on it, the button will appear. And you have here these variables, these properties, and events and other things what you can add to the, or you can edit already in design time. And if you don't want to change these behaviors or these properties or events in the let's say runtime, then you don't need to do basically anything with these. Just use them as you design them during the preparation of the application. So basically, what you can do if you want to reuse an element and you would like to use your own controls on the forms, then uh, Lazarus is giving you this possibility. And how you can do this? Basically, these are the packages. So for the packages, or inside the packages, you can define your own units, your own objects, and then you can integrate them into the IDE. And once it is integrated into the IDE, you can start to use them at design time as well. So now I can show you how you can solve this blinking effect on on another way, so that you are defining the elements as or define this feature as a new object, and then uh, you can use it for an application, and even you can bring more items on a screen or on a form, and then you can reuse this element many times without adding any additional code to the original feature. So basically you will have the chance to get this kind of um, let's say effect or drawing into the object itself, and then when you bring it on the front, you can have the same effect on many different um, objects or many different items. So how you can do this thing is basically you need to subclass an actual class itself, and then you need to add it as a package when it's created. So when you are going into this menu and you select the package, you have here a new component feature. So basically, when you click on this new component, you get this dialog box, and you can say that you create a new package here. So that's the first element. You can also extend actual package, or you can let's say update the package if you want, but let's create a new one. So you have to name your package, and you need to save it in a file. So let's say this will be example package. So once you save it, you get another dialog box, and here what you can do is that you need to select the current object what you want to subclass. So basically, if you want to change one of the classes which is already existing, you can select from this list. So as you can see, we have here a lot of things like here I have the TEdit. So basically we were using the TEdit object for this example, so it would be logical to extend this TEdit object for the new object. So once we select it, it gives a new class name, but you can name this on another way. So let's say this is the example, sorry, example edit. And then you can also select that into which palette page you want to add this control. So finally, when you will generate this object and you will load it into the IDE, it will appear in one of these um, tabs. But you can define your own tab as well, um, if you want. So you can add it, but if you just want to add it to an existing one, then you can select which one you want. So as you can see, that here we have these currently, let's say, used tabs inside this list. So let's say we put it into the miscellaneous palette page, and then we have a unit name, and this will be the top of the unit. So this will be the name of the unit what you will need to use in the uses area. And then you need to save the file somewhere, and as you can see, it will already show that what will be the Pascal file name and location where you save the control or the object itself. And then you need to define icons for it. So you can take a PNG file, and then as you can see, it will bring up, and you have the possibilities to use PNG or bitmap or pixmap files for this. And actually the control will appear in these tabs with these icons in the tab. I will not create this component right now, because I already created one for this edit or extra edit object. So I will just show how it will look like. Okay, let's go to the prepared file. Okay, so here you can see that I already prepared the form itself. So if I'm going to the form, then I have here the extra edit object, which is defined as a component for the IDE, and I can simply use it from the tabs. And actually I was putting it under the miscellaneous tab, and here you can see the icon for this is the text, the extra edit object. And when I want to use this object, I just take or click on the icon, and I can put it here on the page. And now I put a second one. So I already had one, and now I put a second one, and I also put another button here. Okay, I will not make it pretty nice, but okay, this will be good enough. Let's call it oops, switch to. Okay, and then let's define a click function. And actually I will just copy this one here and use the extra edit 2, because this will be the one what I want to use. Okay, so this is just a preparation for what I want to achieve here with the object. So let's go to the object itself. So actually, when you are generating this package, what I showed, that you go to the package, new component, and so on, and you click on the final, let's say, uh, create button, or finalize button, then you will get an empty unit with the unit name. um, it's adding basically those uses, those units which are needed to create this class, this subclass of the original class. So as I have shown, we were basically subclassing the TEdit object, and I gave a name that it was an example edit. So when you are generating this component, you will get basically until this point that you will get the type extra edit, and then you will only get this procedure here, register, and that will contain this one here. So basically this register component, and as you can see that the registration will go under the miscellaneous tab, and that will tell that which control or which class should be registered under this miscellaneous um, item. If you want to have more in one unit, then you can create more classes, of course, and you can register more classes with more icons. Um, and of course more classes here, and then you will have a complete tab like this with many elements. So you don't need to have separate Pascal files for this. You can do it in one. Okay, so basically that will be the thing what you will get, and then you will also get something which looks like this. So basically the package itself will pop up under uh, this window, or this dialog box here. And basically, with this dialog box, you can compile and use your unit or your object, and you can add it to the IDE. So what I did not mention is that to use such an element, because it's not directly part of the application, and will not trigger a complete rebuilding of the element. It will take the element from a precompiled um, file. Um, so you always need to compile, and you always need to add it uh, to um, to the IDE if you want to have any changes on this element in the future. So when you are testing it, you might need to recompile many times the unit, and add it to the IDE to be able to use it, and then recompile your application with the change control. So from this window, you can always go to the file. So you can open the Pascal file, and you can edit the content, and then you can make the compilation here, and you can get it installed on the in the IDE. So when you tell install, or you select the install function, then the you can see that the Lazarus IDE will be recompiled, and then rebuilt, and then it will be restarted. So if you select this, then the IDE will restart, and then you can continue the work with it. Okay, so basically this is how it looks like, and then when it is generated, you can start to add your content. And what is interesting, if you don't define anything, so you are not adding private or public variables or functions or procedures, then when you are adding it to the IDE, you can already start to use the element, but it will be basically the original class with the same properties and events and everything which is defined under the original class. And typically, of course, because you are adding new features, you might need new functions, new procedures, new variables, what you need to reach. And in our case, or in this example, what I was defining here is that we need to have a property, and this property will be under the published option. And once you define this property, which we call flash interval, um, this will appear in this property list when you are adding the elements. So when I'm going in to one of the component, screen component, which is already using this compiled unit and component, you can see that in the property list we have the flash interval appearing. Of course, procedures are not appearing here, but you can also define extra events, what you can also put under this event list, and then you can refer to them. You can generate the event procedure, but just by clicking on this three dots here. But for this current item, we don't need this. Uh, of course, the rest of the things what you need for the object itself, you can define if these are private or public or published elements. So, for example, here I was using a timer event, which the element will call or will use to get the blinking on the defined interval. So here I have the flash interval integer variable, which will be a private one, so you can't reach it directly. You can only reach it via the property what we have here. So if you want to change it programmatically, of course you can use the flash interval from the program, and you can change the behavior which was defined in design time. You can change the behavior programmatically. I'm not going into the details of everything here, but as you can see that I have the timer function, what I showed in the previous tutorial. Basically, this will let's say take care about repainting the component. We have the paint procedure, which will be called to paint the element just when it is needed. I was defining a start and stop procedure just to start the blinking effect and stop the blinking effect. So that is important. And then I also defined here a function which will tell um, to the user or to the application that in which state we are currently. So if the object is already using the blinking frame or not. Okay, so this is basically what is defined here, and then we have the code. So we have the init code. What is a bit weird that whenever we add this code, or we add this element to the application, the init function is not called at all. So we need to call it manually, and then we can, let's say, um, we can set up the element itself with the timer, with the timer interval, and then we also set the timer event function here, and then we are enabling the the timer itself. So whenever we call this init function, we already get the object, let's say, enabled, and then when we started the init, we also called the paint effect to start, or paint procedure to start the the object itself, so to start to have the blinking effect painted at the first time. Then we have the timer, and basically we just copied the original timer from the previous tutorial. So we are changing the blink effect status, and then we repaint the element itself. And then we have the start function and the stop function. So when we have the start function, we are just checking if the blink timer is defined or not. It should be defined, but it's better to check. So if it is defined, then we are enabling it, and when we are stopping it, we are disabling it, and we also set the blink status to false, just to make sure that when we call the paint procedure, then we are basically, let's say, clearing out the frame around the edit box. Okay, the get state function is basically giving back if the blink timer is enabled. If it is enabled, then the status is that the object is already using the blink effect. And if it is disabled, then of course it's not using the element. So here we have the paint procedure. So whenever the object requires a repaint, then we need to to draw or delete the frame around the edit object. And here I was basically using again the previous tutorial code. The only difference here is that I moved out all those setup steps, which are, let's say, the same for the drawing the red red rectangle, or clearing the rectangle. And here, to refer to the form where the object itself is placed, I need to call the T form of the parent item of this object, and to take the canvas for the drawing, and also get the default background color. I also need to use this reference to the original T form. And then the last step of this paint procedure is that I'm drawing the rounded rectangle around the edit box. And why I was defining here in the application in the application two um, objects, because this is where I want to show that once you define this class or this subclass and you use it as a toolbar element here, you can add it or you can add it to your application at design time. You can set up the flashing interval, and let's set the second one to another um, number. So let's say that this will be flashing faster a little bit. So in every half a second we will have the flashing um, um, flashing itself. So when I'm generating the application, so here as you can see I already have the two objects, the two buttons. Before we start the application, I need to also init the uh, uh, second object, otherwise it will not start to blink. So now once I added the init, when the form is activated, we can start to run the application. So now I have the two application, and as you can see the two um, edit objects are blinking as required, and if I'm pressing a button, I'm switching off the blink function, and I can also switch back the blink function to the object. So this is how you can extend a class, extend an object for your own needs, and then you can get it reusable in your application in any forms what you want to define, or even if you don't want to use them in forms, you can use them dynamically. But for the dynamical versions, you don't need uh, to uh, to get these packages installed on your IDE. This is only needed, of course, if you want to have a reusable element what you would like to visually design into your application with the form designer of the IDE. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you didn't do so, then please don't forget to subscribe and come back to my next tutorials in the future. So see you and goodbye.